Hello everyone, this is Sumerian. Instead of a tutorial, I'm just doing a quick video on a toy box I just recently released. And this toy box, it's actually demonstrating a couple of the tutorials I just recently did, the one on camera and the one on block animation. And I just want to show you, because I think the effect looks better when you've actually got the train done, just going to show you what it looks like in an actual toy box. This toy box I made, it's called To Make a Curse. It's basically a story about Maleficent. Happens just after she finds out about the christening and just before she curses Aurora. So, you see here, I put this prompt here. It's not only a suggestion to use Maleficent, but it's also a great way to pause the game to make sure. It sometimes takes a while to load toy boxes, so it makes sure the person is ready to play so they don't miss anything if I want to throw some animation at them right away, which in this case I do. So as soon as I hit the button, the camera is going to click into effect. So let's try this out. Now I'm sure you can tell right here now if you've seen my tutorial that all I'm doing is I'm using a physics ball, and the physics ball is actually traveling around the bottom of my tutorial. I've done it a little, or out of my train. I've done a little different from the tutorial because I didn't want to do that circular effect, so it's slightly different, but it's the same idea, exact same way it works. And now it'll cut over, and I love the effect of flying out of the castle. And this time you'll see it's quite bouncy. I don't have the volume on, but there's also, you'll hear a crow cawing as you fly. And I've done this bouncy effect by using a basketball because I wanted it more, not so smooth. I want it more like something's flapping. And here you see Diavel's been transformed into his human form. And what I did is I timed it so that there's a timer or time delay that waits 4 seconds. And once he's spawned, a stopwatch goes into effect, and it's way away from this train so you don't hear it. But the stopwatch makes sure that Diavel stands right there and has his little speech with her. And then, if you notice, this is basically exactly what happens when Diavel brings her the news about the baby that was born. And in a second here, she's actually going to do another, I thought, cool effect where she's going to turn him into a horse. And boom, she's got herself a horse. And a lot of the time I like to use a camera to show the player where the next place they need to go is, which is right over there. Now I'm going to skip this part and I'm going to go to another scene that I really liked to show you. I'm not going to play the whole toy box. It actually probably is good 15 minutes to play in this toy box, so I'm going to skip ahead to the block animation tutorial that I did and what it was based on. Alright, this is another part of the toy box for To Make a Curse. It's a separate toy box. You actually have to do some questing before you get here. And you show up in this toy box, which I call the Ancient Moors. And I've got Diavel showing up almost everywhere you go, where you can ride him around. And I'm going to show you the block art I did up here. In this part of the toy box, you're actually you're trying to find a seed from a tree as part of the curse you're trying to make. And if you go up here, you'll see there's a tree up here. And I did some camera work here. You'll see there's a camera right there. There's a little trigger area right there. And once we go in here, the animation is going to begin. So here's the tree waking up. And then he starts talking to you. And I'm just doing some simple block animation with that. The effect I really like is that the tree keeps blinking. I love that effect, that he just keeps on blinking like anyone would. And yeah, this was just done with some simple color changing blocks and the tutorial I have on how to speed up or how to use something quicker than a time delayer in order to change things, but change things slow enough that you can see them change. And yeah, and this tree just has a little conversation with you, and that's what I used my block animation for.